Morning guys, welcome back to the Ahn Rho Project. This is the psychiatric self-therapeutic project, self-improvement process, and it's a lot more than that if you want to find out an understanding of how we break down the Ahn Rho Project into the sub-series, subdomains of life, relationships, finance, as well as the live streaming schedule and the copyright-free music on the bottom left-hand side, all that kind of jazz. You can find it on the previous live stream straight up to January 2021. So for the past 3.5 years, I've had a lot of summaries, introductions, and if you want to break down, you can go there to understand what we do. So with that being said, let's just kind of cover very briefly what we want to do for this particular live stream. I'm going to try to make it last up to 14.5 minutes, which is as usual. I missed a stream yesterday as well as I think a stream yesterday before that, and that's okay. I'll touch on that. You see the title, it says, what the hell happened, and I'm going to go talk a little bit about that. So that's what to look forward to, I guess. This particular stream we're going to split up into maybe just two portions. The first half, maybe 8 minutes or so, we're going to get around the room, and we don't have any photography today. We're just going to be very active and move about the room and try to cover as much as we can. You see there's a lot of grocery items, a lot of health food items, a lot of depth, and trying to keep myself up to tabs and manage the household. The next thing we're going to do after that, the second portion of the stream, is kind of cover some abstract concepts about trying to take down the structure that I've built around managing my life. And again, may or may not be relatable to some of you. You always have your own methods. Maybe you guys have a database on MySQL, or maybe you just have something like Microsoft Access to manage your work. Maybe you don't do anything like that. Maybe you use pen and paper. Pen and paper is fine too. Whatever it is you use to keep track of your lifestyle and to make things work. Maybe just your head, you don't have a plan, right? You just move about. I think a lot of people do things that way, and I've done that before as well. So that's what we're going to cover in the second portion of the live stream. And with that being said, I'm going to keep it real right here. I'm going to say the disclaimer as usual is just that this is a very simple notice that I'm going to try to be real, raw, and genuine, just cover things as they are. That makes it a little bit less engaging, a little bit less entertaining. I understand that. But that is the point of this project. That is at least for now, one of the most important purposes and objectives I have for running the Ahn Rho Project is to better myself first, to make sure that I can take care of myself before we start doing things that are more lavish or more exciting, more for entertainment purposes. With that being said, so that means I'm going to cover the good, the bad, and the ugly. There'll be some things here that dive into insecurities or problems of mine, and it's okay. I'm not going to be PC about that. Okay? So with that being said, let's get up. I did say that we're going to have to get up because it's a lot of item upkeep. I'm going to break things down into, okay, so let's break down the room first of all. We have here region A, kind of like this office region, filled like a mess right now. Like you see, this is a big contrast to the way the room looked maybe just about 5 days ago. Things were very clean, and now it's a huge mess. So this is region A, this is region B, and we splinter all the regions into subsections. So A, B, C, A 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, B 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? 6, 7, 8. Region C for the closet, region D along the wall here, and regions E, F, and G we're not going to touch as usual because that's fine. That's for in the future live streams down the road. The main things here are just grocery items. I bought a bunch of stuff, even some clothing, even some items I purchased on behalf of my colleagues as well as my guardians. And so that's why we have all this stuff here in region D1, region D2, and region B1 and A7. So A7, B1, D1, and D2. We're going to try to cover everything here, and then we can start to throw away some recyclables, some litter, some trash, as well as some stuff that we're going to give away just kind of like a gift, and some of it's kind of like debt repayment over to my colleagues as well as my guardians. And that plays in, like I said, in previous live streams, to personal insecurities of mine. I have this kind of strict obsession with trying to do everything by myself, and it's something that I have to work on because it's a personal problem, right? It's a personal problem. No one else is at fault aside from this except for my own. You could talk about all sorts of past experiences in life for the past 3 decades, 4 or 5 decades, however long you've been living, and how that's changed you as a person. But at the end of the day, you're still responsible for the changes, because while other people may be at fault for changing you, or life circumstances may be at fault for, holding you back, you are still responsible for healing. And that's one of the best ways to think about it, I think, is whatever's outside your control, you can't control that, but you can control the way you repair the damage, and in fact grow and build towards positive things in life. So one thing I'm gonna do right now is going to say that we made about 4 purchases over the weekend. I'm taking a look at the time. We have about 5 to 6 minutes right now into the stream. So okay, so there were about 4 or 5 purchases. The first one was probably clothing over there. I'm not going to touch on that today because like I said, it's not urgent. The main things I want to do is take care of some of the trash and some of the items that I want to give away. So if I do talk about that on stream today, then I can just get rid of it and get it over with, and give it to the colleagues, give it to my guardians, and throw away some of the trash immediately after the stream. So first thing I will say, 2 purchases from Walmart. You can see the receipts here. I haven't documented everything on Excel yet, haven't done the budgeting, but obviously when I am done with the paperwork here, there are about 4 receipts, no frills, Walmart, some basic grocery items. If you're from North America, you know what no frills is and stuff like that. And so I'm just going to have to do all the budgeting and stuff like that, and then when they're done, stash into the receipt section over here on the right hand side, A5. I should mention also that you can see, and this one I didn't actually intend on covering this stream, but there's a few envelopes here up here, and it has to do with dentistry, because medical appointments and stuff like that. And we see that's another thing that kind of popped up or cropped up over the weekend, and so now I'm going to have to handle that, because obviously during the pandemic situation, as well as that ties also into a bit of benefits, claiming insurance, and then there's a little bit of income tax returns right now, so a lot of finance, a lot of business, a little bit of employment and benefit programs, and getting the paperwork there, and having to prepare for the appointment that's upcoming over next weekend. So that's something else that popped up as well. So all the paperwork, I had to take out that kind of like the previous insurance claims. I go between several dentists, and then same thing here in terms of the receipts. I'm going to stash it away over there. So that's that. And now with the receipts, what did I make? So about from Walmart, so I talked about debt foods, right? So again, playing into the insecurities and the things that are my own problems here. But some food I want to give away. I have this kind of stress-induced binge eating. Again, my fault, nobody else's. I gotta get control of that. And one of the things that I want to give back are these kind of cartons here. There's a carton of these Ritz sandwiches, and I just kind of binge ate all of this. It's just like stress eating, because I was late for work, trying to manage a business, a project, full-time job, caregiving, taking care of my own health. Everything just collapsed under the strain, and so what I'm gonna try to do, I bought about 2 of these. I ate one of these, but I was supposed to give both of them over to my guardian, so that may be tomorrow morning. I'm just gonna put this into the room. Again, this is a household of 5, low-income household, 5 different families all renting the same kind of household. It's crazy with the landlords too. So I'm just gonna drop it over to them, and they're a separate tenant. I'm a separate tenant, but I'll just give it over there. So that's one thing I have to give back. Next thing, aside from the Ritz cheese crackers, and this, a little bit of storytelling here. When I was a kid, we used to get this all the time, and so it's just something that goes way back. I stash it right here, and the next thing that I want to give away, turn around. Okay, so there's a debt food item here. I ate almost this entire sachet of Bass Base brand Mountain Peak trail mix. Again, I just took food. Again, if I'm eating stuff that makes me uncomfortable, and especially stuff that's not mine, that's just on me, and I should stop doing that. So I went to No Frills, bought up another one, and I couldn't find the same brand because it was not on sale. They didn't have anything in stock actually, and so I had to buy something else, and this one's a lot less, 445 grams. It's an Earth Mix, that's the variety. This one's Mountain Peak, 600 grams. So unfortunately I couldn't fully repay my debts symbolically. So what I'm going to do is just going to stash, I'm going to pour pretty much this entire bag of contents into here, into the Mountain Peak mix, have a nice mix, and then put it back downstairs into the kitchen and just give it back to the guardian. So there's a class 2 item here. Class 1 I purchased my own self. but class 2 I'm giving it away back to my guardians, and class 4 because it's like a gift item. Next thing I want to talk about, so these two I'm gonna mix it up, give it to class 2 guardians. Okay, we have some food here as well that's also kind of like a debt food item, and my colleagues at my workplace, so ML, she's like a fantastic person and has really tried to be kind of like a big sister or aunt kind of figure for me. In a sense, she knows I have a lot of due to a very broken domestic household, which is for the past 3 decades. She knows that I just I just can't accept help. I work in a department with 25 other people, and all of them are very caring individuals and very hardworking and responsible. That's kind of the main theme in this business, even the owners themselves of this business. But the fact is, whenever I need help, I don't actually end up asking for help. And what she's continuously tried to do is through all sorts of different means, whether it's like trying to, not let me do anything by myself whenever she's there with me, whether physically or just speaking to me about it. And now she's like been giving me gifts, like these little treats, knowing that I don't have lunch. I don't have time to make lunch between business and my project and full-time work and stuff and caregiving for one of my guardians severely ill, all that kind of jazz. She's like been giving me food, and I feel extremely uncomfortable with that. So I know, right? Yeah. So I tried to buy these things back for her. I'm trying to make it a little bit lighthearted. I don't want to make it too serious. Just say this kind of like, we're just exchanging gifts, like for Christmas. We call that, what do you call that? Christmas Santa, something like that. I don't know. Where, that's kind of my way. You can tell I'm very uncomfortable receiving gifts, even from people I really care deeply about. And ML. So that's that. So we have these two things. I'm gonna stash into my work bag now. Probably not gonna give it today. Most likely I'll have to do it tomorrow because today I'm late for work. Again by about probably an hour and a half at least. And but the point is, I'm gonna be giving like 10 granola bars here. She last time bought this she brought these dark chocolate, coconut, and peanut Nature Valley granola bars. And this one here is a mixed berry I'm gonna buy for her that she's probably tried before but hasn't given to me. And this is a special edition, so just some stuff to give a good person, really just someone I care deeply about, in my life. And that, again, I try to consider this as a way of showing gratitude and appreciation on a daily basis. It's just a good way to live your life, is to appreciate all that you have. With that being said, I think that's all I can do for today on stream. I don't have too much time, but most importantly, you can see there's a whole bunch of stuff here that I'm not going to get to today, and it's a lot of just food. Alright, so the last portion of the stream, I have about a minute left. That's not a lot of time to do anything, so I'm not going to talk about anything abstract. Needless to say, I'm late for work, gotta get to work, and I'm going to deliver a take-home message, which is what? Do you know what it is? Alright, it's very simple. Oh, one thing I can do before the stream ends. So these are my supplements here, right? So again, part of my business products. I work in biomedical science related field and research and development. Okay, so this is a proflavanol C, and I just gotta replenish one of these. So this is gonna be for recyclables. I'm gonna toss it in there, and I'm bringing it out to work. And I have a new case. This should also go in my work bag, and I have a new one here restocked up. Okay. With that being said, okay, take home message. Take care of your health, your finances. Another one. I also had to create a new kind of combination. Every month there's like a new automatic order of all the products, but I had to create a new combo of, we'll talk about that next live stream. Okay, take home message, take care of your health, your finances, yourself. Make sure you become a strong, responsible, disciplined individual, not to preach, but just trying to practice what I'm trying to practice myself. So I hope you share this understanding with me that you can't take care of anyone else that you love unless you can first take care of yourself and stand on your own 2 feet. With that being said, I hope you have a wonderful day, and that I hope to see a better version of you as well as myself in the next live stream tomorrow morning. This is Ahn Rho signing out. Ciao.